Hello, and welcome to the first part of our referencing basics. In this part, we will focus on how in-text citations and references differ. And you can see the definitions are taken from a dictionary. A citation is the information we get from a book. Reference refer to the source of information, the source from which we obtain the information. Now, I'm showing you a text. And below the text, we have one section called references. So now, please examine the text and try to find the in-text citations. So we have half a minute. Thank you. I hope you can find the in-text citations in our text. So let's go on to the next. As you can see here, there are 4 in-text citations. The first one red, the second and the third are blue. The last is purple. I have already used the same colors for the 3 references. So below the references heading, we have 3 references. It is interesting to note that we cite Hopkins twice. Okay, we cite the same source twice, but we provide the reference once only. So this is the rule. Even when we cite a source several times, one reference is needed. Now, please compare Hopkins in the first citation and Hopkins in the second citation. Can you see the difference? One important difference is that in the second, you can see we have the round bracket surrounding Hopkins, the author, and the year of publication. So, why are the two spelled differently? Because these are the 2 different types of citations. So what are the 2 types? Here you can see I have used red to indicate the first type of citation. This may be called author prominent citation. This means we place importance on the author. Please look at the spelling. We use the round brackets to surround the year of publication. The authors become part of our sentence. In this case, the 2 authors become the subject of the sentence. The second is also author prominent citation. The third is information prominent citation, suggesting that we place importance on information. Look, we use the round brackets kind of like to set off or remove the source from the information from the sentence. And finally, we have author prominent citation. So try to remember the 2 types of citation because they are spelled differently. Just two more key terms to bear in mind. Look at the second section. This is called references. References here is the heading. Okay. The whole thing, the whole section is called reference list. Each reference is referred to as a reference list entry. So in this list, there are 3 entries, each for each source that we have cited. The last thing to note is that all the entries must be sorted or ordered alphabetically, that is from A to Z. Look at Hopkins, which starts with letter H. H, comes before letter O. That's why we have this as our first reference list entry. Then we have Richards. It is interesting to note that Richard and Farrell here comes before Richard and Lockhart because letter F comes before letter L. So in summary, we have 2 kinds of in-text citations: author prominent citation and information prominent citation. These 2 types are spelled differently. Next, the references are provided in one section entitled References. This section is called a reference list. In this list, there are reference list entries. Each reference is an entry. All the entries have to be sorted alphabetically. So next, let's talk about how to spell the 2 types of in-text citations. The first shows the example of information prominent citation. As we can see, the citation is surrounded with round brackets. The bracket, the last name of the first author, ampersand, which means and, then the last name of the second author, comma, space, the year of publication, comma, space, letter P for 1 page, full stop, space, 12, the page number, and the other bracket. Finally, we have the full stop. Please note that the full stop comes outside the bracket. One more thing, we don't have the full stop before or after the closing quotation mark. Let's look at author prominent citation. Now the 2 last names are moved out of the brackets. They are outside the bracket, and the 2 are joined with and. The year of publication is provided in the between the 2 brackets. Please note as well that the APA guideline suggests we place the page number at the end of the sentence outside the quotation marks, but before the full stop. It is worth looking at our reference list entry below. Look at how we write down the author's name, last name, comma, space, first name. There are 2 parts in this first name. The first name is reduced to initials, J dot space C dot. comma, ampersand, and then the second last name, and initial. The year is in brackets again.